Hello and welcome, as it is the 22nd day of December 2017. My name is Derek. Everything you do within your own risk and your own reward. Let's start off within the Bitcoin on the 400-minute time frame. And since the decline, we can just look at the last two periods. It says a lot. As price action coming down towards the 10,000 handle. And then just within this period, up to the 18 average of lows, or the 5-day moving average, front weighted. All right then, it's also pulled back to what looks like an area where it's congesting right now in the 13,000 ballpark area. Right now, a little bit below. And for me, I really can't say what's more likely to happen next. Whether it would be a break below the trend line at 10,000 and a break down even closer to 9,000. Or a retest of the previous high at around 18. I do realize that if it does manage to come down towards the lower levels, breaking the trend line, hitting around 9,000, even 10,000, that this, to me, should be buying opportunities. And I do believe the bull trend will remain, as this is an obvious major bull market. The last time I actually bought Bitcoin with fiat currency, the price was a little under 1,000 US dollars. So it's been doing well for the year. And these types of moves, I expect them to happen at some point. As I've been stating during this rally, at some point it's going to have to come down big. And you know it's going to be at least 50%. And if it were to have, say, kept going up without any type of correctionary price moves, up to, say, 30, 40,000, then it would have been very gross to see the price go from, like, say, 42,200 down to 17,500, especially for those that bought at the highs. But these market moves just have to occur. And as I've been stating within what the web bots have been talking about, that I think a lot of these sell-offs, when complete, will be followed through with large rallying. But I don't know if this sell-off is complete, for this first rally that has occurred is just that, a first rally. And when these moves like this happen, it can often take a lot to show types of reversals within the trend. It's got a lot further to go for me to even consider the fact that this thing on a technical analysis level is ready to revert any type of short-term trends. Of course, the 18 average in this case majorly declining. Yeah, but these types of moves I expect. And the last time I sold any kind of Bitcoin was back in here. I bought 3 physical kilos of silver, costing 0.10 something, 1.05, 1.04. It would cost 0.132 now if I were to make that purchase at this stage, because of course the prices are lower. But I've been buying physical silver and other alternate ways of basically using Bitcoin as money along the way, because of a thing that's called tail risk, or preventing against bad case scenarios. I don't expect that this thing is going to roll over, at least not now. Now is in, well, December into 2018. If it does, it does, but I don't expect it. But just to be safe, I'm going to profit take every so often, and part of it is buying physical silver. And, well, 3 kilos in here. That's a decent sized purchase. The most silver I've ever bought at one time, which the week before I bought over 50 ounces. So over just this month of December, I've added almost like 150 ounces of silver through Bitcoin. Short term, the choppy silver price, well, more longer term is a choppy price, but short term for silver, it did manage to have a successful breakout within this rally, because when you look at this on a technical level, comes back down towards this 18 average, and then it rallies from in here. breaks this level of resistance in today's session, and silver is over $16. The first time I ever bought silver was back, the physical metal was back in 2008. And we'll use the monthly chart to go over it, but it was in around here. I bought 2 maples for 50 Canadian dollars. That was when the price of silver in Canadian dollars was about 21 or change, somewhere in that level. And I've been buying ever since, almost every single year, or I think every year. 2016 I bought, 2015 I think I've bought every year since 2008. The most I've bought is would be, most of the silver's been bought in here because Bitcoin has done very well for me. And as long as these prices stay in this type of format where it's just going in this sideways range, oh, that works out totally well, because then first I am able to accumulate silver through cryptocurrencies, and there will not be any major real world inflation, hyperinflation, any moves towards such, unless of course I would think the silver and gold markets were to go up and follow within such. So I hope this stays like this, and even if it breaks out on this level, let me just put that, sorry about that, even if it, I was trying to draw the paint line and it didn't actually push that button, but even if it goes up to like this area in here, that's really not much of a gain. And if of course it does make these bigger moves in here, you can watch out, especially after having a very long correction. And I'm looking in the future for the way that markets move to be changing, we'll say it that way. However, one of the charts that I've been looking at for quite some time now as an indicator towards the silver movement is the Canadian dollar cross with the US dollar, and I think that the Aussie currencies with them do the same as well, with Australia and New Zealand of course being those ones as well. Very similar in trading movements basically. But as this chart, or the Canadian dollar, has been going higher, generally speaking, so have gold and silver, as it rose well from the early 2000s into the 2008 high like silver. Then it had its big crash in 2008 like most other commodities. It rallies up to the start of this decade like silver did. And then it's been in a bear market ever since then into where we stand, and has been now going sideways for the last couple years. So the exact same movements that silver has is within this chart. The 18 average is flat, now starting to rise. So let me just reduce the amount of periods so we can see the more recent time frame a little bit better. And then we can see in here, what's important when you have a market is holding and staying above a key level. Now what's the key level? Well, where was the big resistance from before? And that's what it is. So after this breakout that it had, the important thing was to really hold and stay above this line, because that's where the 18 average of highs was. That's where it resisted through a lot of 2016 and 2017. The 18 average during those years was flat, but it stayed within it after a long downtrend that spanned from around 2013 to the end of 2015. So 2016 and 2017 has been the sideways movement. And like I stated, the market has held and stayed above the key level. Now the 18 average, of course, rising. And you know what? Even the 18 average of lows, I mean, that's fine too. And in fact, when I say hold and stay above a certain level, the reason why I say it in that form is, well, it's because it can go down like this and then revert back. That's a normal thing. We'll see how well Bitcoin does in that type of maneuvering. But overall, when this thing breaks this level of resistance and starts to enter this area in here, it's almost one of those watch out situations. If silver and gold aren't already having nice bull market moves, you should expect it to happen soon thereafter and such. All right, let's move on. Let's do a bunch of other different markets, because the stock market's doing really well on extreme low volatility. And within the Dow Jones, I got a couple trend lines in here. Of course, the one moving up towards has connected the highs from when this rally has been going on. Market well above the 18 average, has been from quite some time. It's in a parabolic uptrend with extreme low volatility. I have a price objective to about 23,800-ish area, so it's already surpassed that level, but only by a little bit. And that level is because of upside Fibonacci from this high and this low. The NASDAQ is also a stock-related index, and it's technology stocks, and it too is well above the 18 average. It is also having a lot of green candles under very low volatility. Volatility low on two levels. One, because it's having a great breakout move and not having big green candles, which oftentimes you get an increase of normal volatility in market conditions like this, but not here. And also because I'm comparing it to cryptocurrencies, and everything that moves is low volatility to cryptos. Let's go back to cryptos and move on to Litecoin. And this is against the US dollar on the 400-minute time frame, so a 5-day moving average. And like Bitcoin, having its resistance area move within the 18 average, making it difficult to state what the next play is going to be on a bullish level. It's going to have to settle in and hold and stay above significantly where it last came from in here. It needs to do a lot more to get bullish because it's just resisting the 18 lows. It's got to first get this thing going sideways, and it'll be doing that by not going lower. Rallying into the band or holding the support level will be enough to start to flatten out the 18 average, but doing what it needs to do in getting above it. And then let's do an example before December in here. After this move, it got above it barely. Then the correctionary phase from the move, and then it established this big level of resistance. There's your bullish setup. So it's looking right now for it, because of the move, it's got a lot of work to do to even signify a bullish setup, at least in the comparison to the one that I just recently have shown. And finally, let's take a look at the cross within Bitcoin to Litecoin. And within its move, it on the 400-minute time frame, it came down towards in here, and I bought pretty good down at this, well, okay, at least at this lower level in here. Prices have started to retrace a little back up further. A sideways consolidation has been in place. What's really important, like I stated earlier, is to hold and stay above here. That's been done so far. It went below it, but it didn't hold and stay below this point. Very nice bullish setup. And when this happens and it takes a long time, that means resistance established gets stronger. For this level was okay originally, and then it strengthened with all of these moves in here. Breaking resistance. Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun, I think, because myself, I have worked today towards accumulating as many Litecoins as I could. Now for myself, I have many times this year, falling asleep on the couch at nighttime, you got your TV on, and next thing I know, it's like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I thought, okay, this time, instead of normal, where I wake up and do a bunch of stuff, I'm just going to go right to bed, because every time I do this, I sleep for 3 hours or so on the couch, and then I get up at like 11, 12, or 1 in the morning, and then I'll stay up for 3 or 4 more hours, and I'll sleep for another 3 hours. I don't like doing that, but, well, I guess I did it again because I tried to go to bed at 12. I couldn't fall asleep, so I finally got up at like 3:30 in the morning, turned the markets on. I was like, holy crap, look what just happened. But you know what? That stuff doesn't panic me because I expected. I was a little shocked, but only a little shocked. It's not like I was surprised overall for it to come into place. So that gave me opportunities to buy Litecoin, essentially mostly with US dollar tether and that of Bitcoin. I could buy more with Bitcoin, and I kind of think I should, but I could, is all I'm going to say on that. But what I also did today was I looked at a lot of my altcoins, and the ones that I was overexposed in most cases, it was because of the fact that they've been going up, or my great buys like Ethereum Classic. So I sold a bunch of ETC. I sold a bunch of different other coins. Komodo's been doing really well. I have more than I should. I have like 3 times more worth that I bought. So I'm like, yeah, let's sell a little bit of that. And I'm selling it for Litecoin too. So I've sold a whole bunch of different things, have really increased my Litecoin total. It's getting to the point now where I look at my Trezor hardware wallet, that's almost like a bank account-ish for me as how it is intended, in that it's my money to spend when I need to spend it. Of course, I can trade it. I know smart contracts are coming soon, but I have the very least amount that I need for Bitcoin on exchanges, and I don't need as much anymore because I'm doing a lot more Litecoin trading. So a lot of what I've accumulated is there for spending. I do expect Bitcoin to go up, but I want to play very aggressive as far as trading on this Litecoin game, which is why I've been accumulating it. This pattern, very, very beautiful. And I think this is the coin of 2018. So I'm going to take a chance, and I have well more than 100%, even more than 150% of the amount of Litecoins that I intended to have back in October-ish time frame. I have a lot more. So it's worked out well for me, but my Bitcoin total throughout the last few weeks has went up significantly. In Bitcoin numbers, I would be up about close to 50% in Bitcoin value, estimated Bitcoin value, considering where it was through really most of the fall of this year. So it's an interesting time. That's what my goal it has been to do this year, was increase my Bitcoin total, but now it's almost to increase my Litecoin total via, of course, trading. Thank you for tuning in to this tonight's video. Tomorrow's the 23rd of December as we move into the holiday season. Just trying to think of now for timing. Definitely the 2.5 minute warnings are going to come out each morning. That might be all I have for tomorrow's a 2.5 minute warning video. Christmas Eve or the 24th, I should have some free time, but don't guarantee it. And on the 25th, you could expect that the 2.5 minute warning to be significantly earlier in time, as I have no choice given the day's festivities. And I don't even know, I might even have time to do a nighttime video on the 25th as well. But for now, it is 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, and I already have 0.01 Bitcoin bet on the Philadelphia Flyers to take out the Buffalo Sabres in hockey. So I'm going to put that game on the tube. Try not to fall asleep, at least not till about 11, 12, or 12:30. And have yourself a great night. Bye-bye.